Hello everybody and welcome to this macroeconomic video on government spending. So firstly, into our top left section of information. Now, governments have to spend money because they need to invest in public and merit goods. They need to make sure that those public goods are provided so that market failure doesn't occur. So therefore governments have to spend money. And they get this money from their revenue, and their revenue is usually in the form of taxes, but it can also be in the form of borrowing. Next, we have how government spending affects aggregate demand. So firstly, if you think to our formula of AD equals C plus I plus G plus X minus M, then if we increase G, if we increase government spending, then aggregate demand will also increase. But there will be more than just this one G increase in aggregate demand. Also consumption and investment will increase. Because if governments increase their spending, then it's likely that they will increase the wages of the people who work for the government, and as well as they may take on more workers. So therefore this means that workers have more money, so therefore consumption will increase because income has risen, and also therefore investment will increase because if consumers are spending more, businesses are making more profit, so therefore they'll retain more of that profit and invest it into the business. So if government spending increases, then G increases, C increases, I increases, and therefore aggregate demand increases. Also, if a deficit budget is run, so if a deficit government budgets, this means more money is being borrowed than is being taken in by taxes, then this means that money is essentially coming into the national circular flow of income, because it's very likely that this money has been borrowed from abroad. So therefore, if we have lots of injections into the national circular flow of income, then aggregate demand will also increase. However, it is notable that if tax is increased, then actually aggregate demand won't be affected. Because if tax is increased, then consumers have less income, so therefore consumption will fall. But then the governments will use this tax to increase government spending. So in our formula, C will fall, but G will rise. So they'll just cancel each other out, so aggregate demand won't change at all. And this is the same as if the government decides to cut spending in one area and increase spending in another. So for example, if they cut spending on defence and increase spending on education, then there will be no impact on aggregate demand because the same amount of money is being spent, it's just being spent in different places. Next we have the multiplier effect. And the multiplier effect is defined as when an increase in spending produces an increase in national income and consumption greater than the original effect of spending. So if the government spends money, then as I already said, this doesn't just increase the G in our aggregate demand formula, it also increases C because the income of government workers is raised, and it also increases I because profit of businesses has increased because of this extra consumption, so therefore more investment happens because they have more money to invest. And this is the multiplier effect, where just G increasing, just the government spending money, also increases C and I, so it increases consumption and increases investment. So therefore there has been an increase in national income and consumption, and also investment, greater than the original amount that the government spent. And obviously, if there is a decrease in government spending, then we get the opposite thing happening. There will be a decrease in G, there will also be a decrease in C, and also a decrease in I. So therefore aggregate demand will decrease. So therefore this is almost a negative version of the multiplier effect.